Good morning. Tim Randall here, Links Magazines, reporting once again from my kitchen table in Tavistock. And this morning I'm joined by John Ware, who is the Managing Director of Walter C. Parsons Limited, funeral directors, based all over the place, really, John, aren't you? You're in Callington, you're in Tavistock, you're in Plymouth. Where else are you? In Saltash?
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, absolutely. We've got 11 offices. So locally, as you say, Tavistock, Callington, Saltash, Tor Point, and Crown Hill, which serves the sort of Plymlinks area of the magazine.
So, John, you're a funeral director, so I guess we know what you do, but of course these are strange times. So why don't you take us through how it's been for you over the last few weeks and what services you're able to offer bereaved people now?
Yeah, of course. As with everyone, it's been a very difficult time, but we have got through it as best we can. Obviously, we're a very important service, and number one priority for us really was to keep our staff safe as we try and provide that very important service to the community. We think we've been successful in achieving that, but there have been some restrictions that have been brought in by the government.
Sure.
Basically, an offshoot of social distancing, which means we've had to adopt the way that we work slightly. The biggest one really is that the attendance at funerals has been limited to 10 people, and that's basically classified as immediate family. And if there aren't any family members, then friends and neighbours are able to fill those 10 spaces. But as you can imagine, choosing which 10 family members attend a funeral is a very, very difficult decision for a family to have to make.
Yes.
Coupled with that, churches and all religious establishments have been closed to public worship. So the vast majority of funerals we do are generally in a church, or the minister would take the funeral at the crematorium. So that's been reduced right down to just 10 people attending either at the crematorium or at the graveside.
Obviously not in the church, so there's no church service.
No, churches are closed altogether. There is some sort of goings on at Parliament at the moment where they're trying to lobby to allow funerals to take place with those 10 numbers in church, but at the moment they're still closed.
Okay, all right. But your services go on. You've been busy through this period, or about the same as last year?
Probably a little bit busier than this time last year, but thankfully nowhere near the figures that the government first predicted.
Yes.
I think in this part of the world we've been very fortunate to avoid the sort of number of cases and deaths that they've had in London and the Midlands.
Yes, it's been interesting to note on the daily government presentations that actually when they put that graph up of regions around the UK, I mean the Southwest has continually been on the bottom of those charts in terms of numbers of cases and deaths, etc.
Yeah, absolutely, and let's hope we stay that way. I think we've just got to hope that we don't open our obviously tourism is a huge part of the economy in this part of the world, but I think it's a very difficult balance between opening the floodgates to allow those businesses to get back up and running and trying to avoid a second peak that we've seen in other countries like Germany.
Yes. So if we have to contact you for your services, just take us through the safeguards that you currently have in place to enable you to do your job safely, and obviously your customers to be safe, and safe in the knowledge that they're dealing with a company that is bearing in mind all the restrictions that we've got and the team. So take me through all the things you have in place.
So we're a family business. We pride ourselves on the quality of our staff. So our telephones are still answered 24 hours a day personally by a member of our team. That hasn't changed at all. So within an hour of your call, we would aim to be with you to bring the person that's died into our care. When that person is confirmed to have died of COVID-19 or has passed away in a nursing home where there are cases, we are using full PPE to basically keep our staff safe, and also to make sure that our staff don't pass anything on to relatives. So
Yes.
we would give you a call from outside your property once we've arrived, just to talk you through what we're going to do, and make sure that you're not alarmed by the sight of us wearing the full PPE, so the mask, the gown, the eye protection, that sort of thing. It's not the sort of image that we would normally try and portray, but it is really important in these times to keep everybody safe.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, but it's not just about keeping your staff safe, which is true, but also it's not passing it on to your customers as well, isn't it? So it's for
That's right. Yeah,
everyone benefits from that kind of precaution, those measures.
exactly. Yeah. So the following on from that, we would normally phone the family or the next of kin the following morning, or later in the same day, to start making the funeral arrangements. We would normally book an appointment to either come and see you at home, or for you to come in and see us at one of our offices. And to comply with social distancing, we've basically made those arrangement meetings virtual. So either by telephone, by video call like we're doing now, or FaceTime, or WhatsApp, or something like that. Um, People have been very understanding, but from our funeral director's point of view, it's a very alien situation, because we're used to, we're people at the end of the day. We like to get to know people and offer them the very best service that we can, and not being able to meet them physically has been a bit of a strange situation for us.
Mm. Yeah, I always think that a funeral director is in a very unique position when for the bereaved, for the people who've just lost someone, because you are probably their first or second port of call, and certainly you are the one thing that keeps their minds busy when someone's passed away. It's very easy to sit down and just analyze your loss, but actually dealing with a funeral director and arranging the celebration of that person's life, the burial, the cremation, whatever it is, and organizing the people. Funeral directors are a very important part of the bereavement process, aren't they? And there's a lot
Yeah.
that you say to people that helps them with the bereavement that they're going through.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're still very much giving out the message that we're here to help you. The only thing that we can't physically do for you is register the death. That remains exactly the same.
Yes.
Lean on us as much as you want to. We can organise things. We can deal
Yes.
with doctors and things on your behalf. But the registration has changed as well, in that that's all done over the telephone. So that has sped things up from that point of view, and let's hope that's a positive that's come out
Yes.
of this. And if that remains afterwards, it should mean that funerals can speed up a little bit in terms of how quickly they can happen from the point of death to when the funeral service takes place.
And given the announcements on Sunday and all the documentation that's coming out now, and clearly every industry sector is receiving a different message at the moment. Obviously, clearly tourism and B&Bs and guest houses, they have to remain closed. So do restaurants and hotels, but other businesses can start to open. How do you see your business going forward in the next weeks and months? Will some of these restrictions become lighter, do you think? What do you think might change first for funeral directors?
I think the thing that had to stop immediately really were the provision of limousines, because social distancing wasn't being complied with when people are sat in a car close together from different households. And it's really been the extra things that we pride ourselves on that have been stopped. So I would certainly hope that we can get back to providing limousines. We've just bought 6 brand new ones just before Christmas, so they're currently gathering dust in the garage. And attendance cards, so taking the names of people at funerals, administering charitable donations. All of that has had to stop to avoid handling money and pens and pieces of paper and that sort of thing. So I would certainly hope that those things will start to come back in relatively soon, and we can get back to some sort of normality from that point of view.
All right, good. John, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about what you're doing at the moment or what's happening?
No, I think the message is really that if people are affected by somebody who's passed away at these very difficult times, we're still here to help you.
Yes.
We are always happy to offer advice without obligation. So by all means, feel free to pick up the telephone, and we will guide you as best we possibly can. What a lot of people are thinking about doing is having a very small funeral service at the moment, either with 10 people in attendance, or some people are choosing to have what's known as a direct cremation. So that's where the person that's died is cremated without any family members in attendance, and then looking at possibly having a memorial service, either in church, at a golf club,
Yes.
having a family meal or a get-together at some point in the future when the restrictions are lifted.
Right.
But that being said, all of the crematoria are offering a webcast of the service. So the 10 people in attendance are physically present, but there's a camera that records the whole service. So the coffin being carried in, you can hear everything the minister's saying, the hymns are played over the speaker and that sort of thing. So it's as best we can to get people involved, and that link can be sent to 40 or 50 people if you want it to be. So we've tried our best to adapt in these times, basically.
Yes. Well done, John. Well done to you and your team. Clearly doing a fantastic job in difficult circumstances. Now, how do we get hold of you? So just tell us what your best ways of me contacting you would be. Web address is?
Sorry, you broke up then, Tim.
Oh, sorry. Your web address is what?
Web address is wcpltd.com. All of the individual office contact numbers are there. But I guess if you need our attention 24 hours a day, you can ring the Tavistock office on 01822 617 300.
Okay, brilliant. And just give us your Plymouth number again.
At Crown Hill, it's nice and easy. In fact, people will remember that one is 01752 767676.
Fabulous, brilliant. Well, John, it's lovely to talk to you. It's good to see you.
And you, I'm glad you're keeping well and keeping safe.
I hope that soon we'll be able to share a pot of tea.
Exactly. Quite right.
All right, well, brilliant. Lovely to talk to you, John. Take care.
And you. Thanks, Tim.
Just stay there a second. I'm just going to finish this now. So thank you very much for watching again. And we'll have some more interviews later on today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.